Say, man, hey, man, y'all see it. If you didn't see it, I'm here to let you know it looks like that. Yeah, the fight, Terence Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, is about to be official. Finally. And Bud Crawford, he had something to say about it himself. Let's talk about what went down with Big Turki Alalshikh in this video. But before we do that, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook on it. So, it looked like it's about to be official, y'all. Terence Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. And I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. You know, I keep it 100. I was one of the ones that was like, man, Canelo ain't fighting Terence Bud Crawford. And at one point, I was looking at the situation like, what does it do for Canelo Alvarez? You know, he gonna beat up Bud Crawford, and then when he beat up Bud Crawford, then what? People gonna say that, you know, he fighting a guy that had to move up 2-3 weight divisions. It's not gonna do nothing for him. But I start kind of changing my outlook on the situation when I continue to see Canelo fight Rudy Poot after Rudy Poot after Rudy Poot. Yeah, and you know, no disrespect, I don't want to call guys like Edgar Berlanga Rudy Poots, but they not on the level to where they deserve to be fighting the Canelo Alvarez yet, right? Canelo shouldn't be fighting guys like Edgar Berlanga that's not accomplished, hadn't beat nobody in the sport of boxing, the same as a Jaime Munguia and John Ryder and those guys like that, right? So when I continue to see Canelo take those type of fights, right, I said, well, if he gonna be fighting them guys, he might as well fight Terence Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford, although he is moving way up in weight, he's still better than those fighters, right? He's still way more accomplished, and it's a much, much bigger fight, bigger money fight, and a lot of people start believing in Bud Crawford. A lot of people saying that Bud Crawford is going to beat Canelo, and it just started making the fight more interesting as time went on. And now that the fight is at an all-time high in interest, everybody talking about this inside the boxing world and outside the boxing world. Everybody want to see this fight. So why not make it happen? And 2025 is the year that I told y'all before. I believe we're going to have the biggest fights in boxing in 2025. And Turki Alalshikh, hey, he didn't kick down the door in boxing. He didn't kick down the door, and he making shit happen. So what happened today? Well, y'all seen it. And like I said, for the ones who haven't seen it, Turki Alalshikh posted a picture with Canelo Alvarez. I'm going to put it up right here so y'all can see it. And you can see, man, they talking about big business, right? They congregating. And you know what they congregating about. You know what business they talking about. They negotiating the Terence Bud Crawford fight. You know, you see the smile on Canelo Alvarez's face. You see the big smile on Turki Alalshikh's face. And they got their arm around each other. And you know what that means? With businessmen, that means we just struck a big deal, right? So it's going down. And not only that, y'all, Terence Bud Crawford immediately jumped on X and he said, remember what y'all said about me, right? Speaking to guys like myself, I was one of the ones that said, you know, hey, he ain't gonna beat no Canelo Alvarez and he wouldn't get a Canelo Alvarez fight. But he talking to people like myself, everybody that said that, hey, this ain't happening. He might as well move on. And if it do happen, he gonna get his ass knocked out. Well, I've always said that if it does happen, then I'm rooting for Terence Bud Crawford to win. I've always said that. Yeah, I want Bud Crawford to go in there and beat Canelo Alvarez's ass. But at the same time, I'm not one of the ones that believe that he can go in there and beat Canelo. And that's what makes this fight even more interesting, because even though people like myself is going for him, rooting for him, I don't believe he can get the job done, right? But it's millions of people that believe that he can get the job done. So this fight is becoming a true 50-50 fight in the eyes of the public, the eyes of the fight fans. You feel me? So man, I'm glad that this fight looked like it's finally finna go down. I'm rooting for Bud Crawford, but man, I don't know. And Canelo Alvarez, Bud Crawford, they both gonna get paid. You know, Canelo, you know, he not even entertaining the Terence Bud Crawford fight unless he think he gonna get paid over $100 million, right? And if he gonna get paid over $100 million, we know that Terence Bud Crawford is a shrewd businessman. We know that. We know Bud Crawford about his money, and we know Bud is gonna get paid huge money. Plus, Bud has a very, very good relationship with Turki Alalshikh. I mean, Bud said that him and Turki Alalshikh went on vacations with their kids together. So, you know he finna get paid. And man, I like to hear that, man. Salute to Terence Bud Crawford, man, because he deserve it. And his kids deserve it. You know, man, I love to see a black man like that, man, coming up, right? A long time he was stuck over there on Top Rank, and Top Rank is a good company to be with when you up and coming, but there's always a ceiling when you over there at Top Rank. You can only go so far, and then you're gonna plateau. And he realized that, and he got up out that Top Rank. Well, you know, he didn't re-sign with him. He didn't get up out the contract because the contract was over, but he didn't re-sign with him. Did like Floyd Mayweather, and now he finna probably make close to Floyd Mayweather money. So salute to Bud Crawford, man. The only question is this fight gonna happen in May or September? I think the fight gonna happen in May. Yeah, I think the fight gonna happen in May, because why prolong it? You feel me? Everybody talking about it now. Everybody is high on it now. Why prolong it? Make the fight happen now. And let's get it done, man. Starting 2025 out right, like we should, right? Making the best fights. So, you know, I think Canelo is looking at the money. I think he's looking at Terence Bud Crawford being much smaller. And so he gonna take the fight. It's a no-brainer for him. You know what I'm saying? Get the money, get the bag, and beat somebody that's much smaller than me. That's how he looking at the situation. But hey, can Terence Bud Crawford do it? Let's talk. Can Bud Crawford pull the unthinkable out? Because if Bud Crawford pulled this out, if he beat Canelo Alvarez, even though a lot of people don't feel that Canelo is still at the top of his game, but regardless of all that, if Bud Crawford move up basically 3 weight divisions and beat Canelo Alvarez, we got to say that he is one of the best fighters of this generation. We got to get that to him. We do. I mean, look who he came up with, man. He came in the game with guys like Wilder. He came in the game before Errol Spence, but they was all in the game together. The Charlos, Jamal Charlo, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and we could just go on and on and on. And hey, at the end of the day, he gonna be the one that come out on top above all. If he pull this off, man, Bud Crawford, he don't gotta fight nobody else after this. He can go off and retire, right? He's earned generational wealth for his kids and his kids' kids, and that's all you can ask for. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Drop a comment in my comment section. Make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. Can he pull it off? I want to hear from y'all.